flow. I go with the flow. I'm falling up, I'm falling down, from the sky and from the ground. Up above just like below, and I don't know where I should go. 'Cause I'm stuck in limbo. I'm out of love, but I guess I deserved it. Trying to hide, to pass you by.
Good day. But yeah, John, I see you're watching from YouTube. It's working. I can see the YouTube comments. So that's nice. There are usually not many viewers from YouTube, but you can also watch these live streams from YouTube. No ads on YouTube. Yeah, let's go do a little walkabout, check some places. We can see how much snow there's left on the field. Could have been maybe possible to still ski today, but we'll see how the track looks here. Yeah, I could have skied today, at least on the field. This downhill, completely ice there, completely ice up here, so this is definitely unskiable up here. But yeah, it's gonna be plus today and tomorrow. Yeah, really hoping there's still like a decent bit left on the field. Might be able to ski on Sunday on the field. Up here it's like melted too much. Not possible to ski here anymore. But yeah, we will, hopefully it doesn't all melt. And here you could maybe technically ski, but kind of sketchy here. But it's definitely crispy. It must have been -degrees during last night. So that might help it to survive, or at least for the snow on the field to survive. Here it's like borderline, you could ski now, but the ground is coming through. But yeah, as long as anything stays here, then it's like a good bottom for skiing later. Hopefully we still have some winter left. It's weird to say that in mid-January, but there should be like a couple of months of winter left. But you never know. Okay, we'll see if maybe can you walk on the snow? You can't, it goes through when you walk, but you can go through to the forest and check some places. Just mix it up a little bit. I've been skiing a bunch lately, so it's good to get a different type of exercise occasionally. Here, this area always has a lot of snow. Here the track is really good. Here I could ski. Could definitely ski here, but then I have to ski like up and down and back and forth on a 100-meter track. There's some deer tracks. Some deer tracks right there. Where did they go then? Maybe followed the track. There are definitely deer tracks here. Smells like melting snow. But yeah, I believe this track section here in the forest, this might be okay. Even if it melts just a little bit in the 2 next days. This might survive until next week. A lot of snow. Yeah, here it's pretty good. Up there, it was not skiable anymore. I will also check like how it looks out in the field. But if it stays like this out in the field, then on Sunday we might have like perfect skiing conditions on the field. I'm probably not gonna ski here, or it really depends how much it's gonna melt here. But there's a really solid bottom. It would be good to ski on this. Really like hard snow. But here you can see ground it's coming, starting to come through. They will go here and then just take a little loop in the forest. A little walk about. Yeah, here again grass is visible, not much snow here. Here the track is already like punched through. But maybe out in the field, maybe it can survive a couple more days. It's gonna be kind of close. Yeah, since it's getting icy here. I mean, you can see there's still a little bit left of the track there. These would be perfect to ski on, but we still have a couple of warm days left. This is the dream here. This is the dream track. In the middle, you can see tractor tracks are already ice, but in the middle there is a good track. But can it survive 2 more days? Can it survive until Sunday? That's the real question. It's gonna be plus 3 or something today, and then the same thing tomorrow. And then on Sunday it might start getting colder. But this would be really good here right now. If it would just stay like this. Kind of grass coming through here, but the track itself could still be very skiable right here. Turning to ice in some places, but that's fine. Here maybe grass is coming up. In the forest there's like less snow. Out on the field here there's a little bit more snow. But yeah, this is it's pretty hard even here where it's not packed. Here it's borderline grass is coming through. I could ski here still. But it's kind of borderline. I don't know if this is gonna survive 2 more days. We just have to pray to the snow gods. There the track is like almost melted away. At least I think there's gonna be some ice left underneath, so and if we get a little bit of new snow then it should be doable. Like here I can see underneath the snow it's like wet, melting, still melting underneath. That's some big tracks right there. Probably melted dog tracks, but man, that looks like a wolf track or something. Dog. It's pretty big, but it's probably when it's melting it goes bigger. I mean, for sure that's like could be a lynx even. Pretty big, and you can see the nails in front. This could be a wolf here. This could definitely be wolf tracks or dog tracks. Like you can see, it's like pretty clear imprints, and I don't know what you should look for. if it's like a dog or a wolf. It's kind of hard to tell sometimes. And also the tracks are like melted. This could be, it could be wolf tracks. I mean, I'm no expert, but it also looks, I mean, lynx tracks kind of look the same also. I gotta look. I had some old tracks where I saw like a lynx run over a field, and then I went and checked the tracks. I gotta check if this looks like that. Really looks like some. It's pretty big. It could be the dog that's running around here too. What did they say? Yeah, we have found. It's either a wolf, a lynx, a dog. I'm pretty sure those tracks are, it's one of those three. So, and it's a pretty straightforward from over there to over there, so that would maybe make it less likely that it's a dog. Dogs usually like run around a little bit more and spin around and do all kinds of funky things. But yeah, there's not much snow here, so we can even just go in random places in the terrain. Pretty easy to walk around here. See if we can go over the highest top here. Kind of rocky there. Yeah, they were here brush cutting. I mean, it's pretty hard terrain for brush cutting. Have to walk around these big rocks and really uneven terrain. Even now with no equipment on me, this is pretty hard. Pretty hard terrain. Not the easiest to walk around. Yeah, pretty nice weather today. It's sunny. Sunny, just a couple of degrees colder, and then we would be skiing for sure today. Really good skiing weather. Now it's a little bit soft, and I don't wanna ruin the track any more than the warm temperature is gonna do it. And we just pray it's not gonna melt too much. Then probably on Sunday, it's the next day, we might be able to ski if there is any snow left. Now here's nice. You can see the old stump. This old stump from the trees that were here when there was still like bigger trees here before they built the power line. This stump must be from the, I don't know, 60s, 70s, whenever they cut the trees down here and made the power line. There's another stump. On this power pole they put like this net on the poles. I think it's to keep like the woodpeckers out. Keep the woodpeckers from pecking around. I go forward pretty slow today. It's getting at the winter jacket and it's almost too much. It's kind of warm today. Some plus degrees. Testing chat features. It is working. Let's see if we can. But it is, yeah. The YouTube chat is working, which is nice. But yeah, can you do anything else? Like you can write and do the emotes in the YouTube chat. Can you do anything else? Any other YouTube specific things? Probably the most amount of snow right here. When I go up on the hill there, it should be less. Kind of a low point here. Low point with probably thicker snow. Good day there, Mark. And LV, thank you for the follow. Where am I going? Just randomly walking here in the forest. No specific target. Just a little bit of exercise, a little bit of fresh air. I'm gonna open up the jacket because it's pretty warm today. Looks beautiful. It's a pretty nice day. Yeah. The sun is out quite a bit. Some small clouds here and there, but overall pretty nice. Do I live in the mountains? So in Finland, we don't really have any mountains here. We have some like hills, big hills. We don't really have any mountains, so it's pretty hard to live in the mountains. And here where we are, where the farm is, it's pretty flat. You can see this is like a big hill up here. It goes up like 10 meters, 15 meters. It's pretty flat here actually. No Mount Everests in Finland really. It's mostly quite flat. It says organic farmer. What is it? It means that we don't use any. Pretty much the easiest way to say it would be that we don't use any like chemicals. No man-made chemicals. That would be probably the simplest way of saying it. Both on the fields and in the forest here, we don't use any chemicals. Pretty much like only natural substances. Do we grow guavas? That sounds like something that you can grow close to the equator. I don't think you can grow that here. Or you probably could in like a greenhouse. But yeah, we don't have any greenhouses. Or not any greenhouses that we have heated up in the winter. Like I use like a really small greenhouse to get some things started really early in the season, but we don't have no big greenhouses. That's a big stump there. Hoping these trees that we planted, hopefully one day these are the size of that. That was a big spruce right there. But yeah, we grow trees in the forest, as you can see. And then on the fields we grow mostly different like grains. So, for example, next year we're gonna have wheat, oats, and peas on the fields. And then in the forest we have like different tree species. And in the small garden I can have like whatever things. Even corn I have grown in the garden. There must be a spring here also, because there's like big puddles of water here. And there's like a ditch right here that drains stuff, but still really wet there. Must be some form of spring underneath. Okay, take it easy. We can go up there and look at the mini lake there. Or mini pond. As the water turns stagnant in winter. Yeah, well, if it's like a proper spring, then there is always like water coming out of the ground, and that water is like plus 4 degrees. So even if it's really cold, there's another spring, maybe 100 meters that way. That one pretty much never freezes. Even if it's minus 20 outside, the warm water that comes from underneath, it keeps it like unfrozen. I think those like springs like that, they're really important for like the animals in the forest. So they always have like a supply of water, even if it's like really cold. So yeah, one potential place where we could put like a wildlife camera or something would be close to that spring. Then we could see if the like deer and moose and animals like that, if they are actually drinking from there. Or maybe they just eat snow. Do I ever drink the water? No, from that spring over there, at least once I drank straight from the spring. Just to taste what it tasted like. But it is, yeah, I would say it's pretty safe. I mean, ideally you want to boil it always. But other than that, that water is like, yeah, it's safe. Boiling is always a good idea though, because it could be like there could have been like an animal that took a crap or something around there or something like that. Then you definitely want to boil it. Otherwise there could be some bad stuff in there. But yeah, you can eat snow, but especially if it's yellow snow, you don't want to eat the snow. What do you call snow in Swedish? So snow it's snö in Swedish and lumi in Finnish. And snow in English, and in German I think it's like Schnee or something like that. Oh, the pond still has snow on it. I believe there's more water there now that it's melted. There's like a mini pond right there. But yeah, it's pretty warm. Could almost do with no hat. Probably need to go. You can go there and sit on some rock and chill for a bit. Cool down, or maybe even sit here if we can find a nice rock, a nice dry rock like this one could be pretty good, or maybe that one is better, or that one. This one looks okay, pretty dry rock. Or this one is even better here. This one is even dry. And just sit here and chill. I need to cool down. It's so nice and warm. Nokia Lumia phone. Yeah, there's always all the words, and it can be in some language. It's like really foul language. Hello there, Tim. But yeah, we'll just chill here for a bit, and then we can continue walking once I cool down. It took too much clothes on. It's pretty warm today, really warm for this time of the year. We could maybe lose the hat even from under the camera. It's feeling a little warm at the moment. Just put the GoPro on the head. That's probably a good idea today. Then we just have the hat in the pocket. How long will I walk? And we'll walk like a little bit here. The distance is not super far from the farm, maybe like 1 or 2 kilometers, but when you walk through snow, it's of course a little bit more heavy. Do the warm winters affect the coming summer and the crops? Not too much. Like it's good if the ground freezes a lot, then it's actually good for the ground. But it's not a big difference. The important stuff happens in the summer. So if we get rain in the summer, that's the determining factor. That's the one that decides if it's a good year or bad year. If it rains in the summer. Really, we have really seen that the last few years here. If it doesn't rain, then it doesn't really help whatever you do. But yeah, it would be nice if it would be a little bit cooler, because then we could actually ski more. Now it's going to be melting today and tomorrow, and on the field there's almost no snow left, so we can't ski again. But yeah, hopefully some snow survives. It's unlikely that the appearance will change much in a year. Well, the trees, if you see the trees that we planted, you can see the last growth. I can maybe show you, put the hat away here first. It definitely grows every year. It changes every year. Not super much, but the forest you can see in front of us, that one is only like 10 years old. And if we go in there, it's like, it already feels like a forest. Like this one here, it's, of course the trees are pretty small, but these were planted 2020, so these are only a few years old. You can see this tree, it grew this much this summer, and that's like half a meter. That's a pretty good growth for 1 year, especially up on the hill here where the soil isn't like the best. Russian imports kept wood prices low. Not right now. There's no Russian import, no wood imported from Russia right now. So the wood prices they're a little bit, they're closer to what they should be right now. You can almost keep up with inflation now. But yeah, when the situation settles down, then the prices probably will go back down. But yeah, it's not a big issue for us. We don't have a lot to sell right now. We have mostly like younger forests, so almost all the wood we take now goes to firewood. We don't really sell anything right now. But yeah, if somebody has if you have like an old forest that needs to be renewed, then right now would not be a bad time to sell some, because my my guess would be that the prices they're not gonna get higher from what they are right now. So it's a good time to sell now. If you have forest that needs some thinning or something. But yeah, there's a little pond there. Sometimes it's like you can almost see the water there. It's like a bowl right here. So there's always almost always water right down in the bottom there. The really dry summers it's been dry to the bottom, but it's like a little mini pond in the forest. But yeah, let's continue. We can go over there and check the other areas a little bit. But yeah, we don't have much old forest at the moment. This is the big trees you see there or up there. That's the neighbor's forest. But yeah, we have mostly younger forests. Between the ages of, this is like the youngest forest, I guess 4 years old, and then all the way up to like 50 years old. But the older forests, they have been thinned and they're in good shape now. They don't need any work right now. And this forest is also good here. It doesn't need any work here for a couple of years at least. But yeah, even this is gonna change in the next, if we would come back here in 5 years, then you could not, if you stand here, you can't see any further than like 5 to 10 meters anymore, because all the trees will be like over 5 meters tall. All these birches will, of course, birches will grow really fast from this point forward. A lot of pine has come here for free from the seeds from the neighbors' trees. That's nice. We had a nice mix of spruce and pine here. Some birches in there. That's one thing, if you have some nice trees on the neighbor's side, you can get seeds for free. I mean, we left some trees on our side too, some seeding trees, but this area was mostly planted with new trees. So. But yeah, it doesn't hurt to, nature will always fill in with some extra trees. Almost at the highest point soon. Should be right up here. Some of the birches are already really tall. Grow fast in the beginning. Yeah, not a bad day to be outside. Again, no wind, so it's and the sun. It's probably going to be +5, or in the sun here, it's probably +5 or more. As I said before, really pretty warm for this time of the year. This is usually the coldest time of the year. Now it's like, yeah, not cold at all. There's some older forest there in the low spot. That's probably like 30-year-old forest there, and a little patch of older stuff there. But yeah, this area here, it had like a lot of the old forest that was kind of dying, so it was best to clear cut it and plant new, healthier trees here. Otherwise, we would be standing right now in a completely dead old forest. Now there's a lot of healthy trees growing instead. Some trees were left, of course, some dead trees, and some of these, a little patch with standing trees too, but mostly this was done as a clear cut. I think it makes most sense for an area like this. Yeah, we can try to go there and then probably down, maybe check the spring again, see how it looks this time, and then go somewhere back there. But very slowly, because I'm gonna overheat, otherwise I got too many clothes on. It's so warm. Even when you look outside on the thermometer, it says like +2, and you don't believe it. Still think it's gonna be cold. If I would be skiing in this weather, I could have like pretty much like the underclothes and then basically a thin jacket on top and ski. You wouldn't really need to have much clothes at all. It's really warm actually. No wind, so the feels like temp is also like pretty warm. And it was a little cold last night, and before that it melted, but it wasn't warm enough or cold enough, so if the snow would like really melt and then freeze, then we could walk on top of the snow. But it's not, it's still like underneath, it's still like wet snow. It was just a little bit -degrees last night. Not enough to make like the snow hard enough where you can walk on it. Here's older forest. You can see the trees are already bigger, taller than me. Low direction. Here we didn't, on this up, I think we planted some pine there. We planted pine here, but they pretty much have, moose have maybe eaten them up, but at least we got some birch growing here. So there will be a forest here too. Let's head down the hill, see if we can find the spring again. Should be pretty close to that one big tree. See, maybe there is some animal tracks close to the spring. Could definitely be. Last time we were here, we could find the spring. Should be somewhere down there. Here's a little open patch. Maybe the trees died here, or maybe the animals were eating. Here you can again see, like, this is a good example of what happens to some of the pine and some of the, this is like rowan tree. You can see a moose has bit that off, that one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Like, it's trimmed off the whole bush. I mean, this is a rowan tree, so this is fine, but when that happens on like a pine, then the pine gets looking like that, not the greatest shape. But it is what it is. That's why spruces are better, because the moose and the animals in the other critters too, they don't really like to eat the spruce. Probably doesn't taste as good as pine or birch. Escape from Tarkov Finland edition. Yeah, we're definitely hauling it here we're in the woods here. Escape from Tarkov, that's one of those games where you just, people get dropped randomly, and then you need to find like boxes of ammo and guns and fight your way out, I think. I haven't played that game, but I think it's that kind of game. Maybe like PUBG or something like that. I don't really play a lot of those games. I mostly play like single player games and stuff. There's a big tree that has fallen down there. You can see the root is sticking up. Could check that, and then spring, it's gotta be right there. Just gotta be right there. Yeah, I see it there. The surface is all melted. And this is, I think this was like a big aspen tree. It fell down a few years ago, but that's nice. These are nice trees to just leave. It's good. There's some critters that thrive on thick dead wood. We have it right here, so this will be just left in the forest. But yeah, when you see a tree like this, if it's like a big root thing, like this root ball, you don't want to go underneath here, because if it breaks on the other side, when this falls down, it's like a mouse trap, human mouse trap. And if you're cutting up a tree like this, when you cut this side, then this whole thing could fall down, or it could maybe even fall this way. But yeah, this one will just leave here. This has already been here for many years. No need to come and fetch one tree. Better just leave it. But it's a really big. It was like a huge aspen tree, over half a meter in diameter, and then some storm came through and pushed it over. Okay, let's go towards the spring. I see open water there. There could be like another spring here too, but over there's for sure a spring. Yeah, you can see all of a sudden there's no. All of a sudden the ground is like all melted. There's a spring here for sure, and the water probably flows like that way. Puupelto. Well, yeah, it's kinda, but you can still see there's like spruce, pine, birch, aspen. Like that's here in Finland we usually don't have like 75 different tree species. So this is actually pretty natural. Springy weather, yeah, it is like spring almost. Really warm weather for this time of the year. But yeah, this water here, you could probably drink it. I would rather probably dig a ditch so the water is like flowing, but in an emergency survival situation, you could probably drink this. Yeah, now we just need to find a way out of here. And the ground is also, it's like soft here, not frozen. Where in Finland we are? We are in southern Finland. Pretty south. Yeah, I remember here when we had like older forest, when I was like a kid, we were driving here with the tractor somewhere around here and pretty much got stuck because yeah, the ground here is really soft even in the middle of the winter. Yeah, there's a ditch that flows out of here, so if we dig this a little further here, that the water would flow from the spring, then you could drink this for sure. Also there, not frozen in the ditch, so probably a sign that there could be like another spring also here. Or it's just because the weather has been kinda warm lately. Could be meltwater to a big part also. Another spring maybe. Could be. Anyone want to go for a swim? There's nice cold water. Take like an ice bath. Finland, yes, this is Finland. Finland, Suomi. There is ice on top here. Let's see if we can poke it. Poke it with a stick. Yeah, it was -degrees last night. There's pretty flimsy stick, but there is ice on top. Not enough to walk on, but there is ice. Seen any mooses lately? Moose tracks, yes. Alive moose, not so much. But when we go back out to the field here, I did see some tracks, some suspicious tracks today. I'm 100% sure it was like lynx, wolf, or dog. So, I mean, 2 of those would be really cool to see. A dog is pretty common, but a lynx or a wolf would be really cool to see. I can check those tracks again when we go back there. That's always really cool. Once I have seen a lynx live, and then I took a photo of the print, so I should look at those pictures again. Then I would know what lynx tracks look like, and then try to figure out if it was a lynx. But yeah, I wasn't streaming at the moment, but I just happened to look out on the field, and then like casually a lynx just runs past. And they're like pretty rare here. It's not like you see them every day. So that was cool. But yeah, probably the animal that you see most is like deer. Deer I see pretty much every year. Those are also pretty abundant around here. And I mean, there's a lot of moose also, but they're a little bit more scared, so you usually just see the tracks and the crap. But yeah, if you really want to see more animals, then you would have to set up like a tent somewhere here in the middle of the forest, and then be completely silent, maybe for like one whole day. Then you could maybe see some more animals, because when we're walking here and like walking and talking, it's so loud that all the animals, they will like run away. So that's why we pretty much don't see any animals when we're walking here, but sometimes you can see a lot of tracks. Haven't seen too much today. It's not like when it's like old snow, it's not that easy, but I think last time when we were here, I did like a similar loop here, and then we saw I think I saw like 10 different animals, or tracks of 10 different animals. So there is more life here than what meets the eye. You would think like it's cold and ice, there's probably nothing, but there's probably a decent bit of animals here. A lot of the deer and stuff, they really prefer these like young trees. You can see here again, the tops have been bitten off here. deer or moose has done this pretty much 100%. So this is like a food, a table of food for the deer and moose. So probably the highest likelihood of seeing them is like in areas like this with young forest. They really like to chew on the trees. Now we need to go over the ditch. Let's try to not go for a swim. These birches have survived quite well. Here you can see rip this tree. This was the original top of the tree, then the moose broke it off. Then two branches formed the new top, and now it's like the first log will be like destroyed. This section here is always very bad now. So this is, as a landowner, this is not what you want to see. You want to see a straight tree without any like considerable damage. But yeah, it will still be good firewood, but not a very good log to sell. Not good quality. Do I own forest? Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. This right here is all part of the farm. Up all the way there, the older forest up on the hill, that's a neighbor. And then that way, maybe a couple 100 meters, that's a neighbor. And then over there, that's also the neighbor's forest. So yeah, the farm has a little bit of forest. Like 20 hectares or something. Here's some old rabbit tracks right there. There's been a rabbit going through. It's not so visible now when the snow is melting. Hello there, Serenity. And yeah, a little bit of the forest here is underneath power lines. So unfortunately there you can't grow a forest, which is kind of not great. There's like maybe, I don't know how much that is, a little bit over 1 hectare. That's, yeah, you can't really grow anything there. It's not good enough for a field, and also you can't grow a forest there. So it's kind of growing nothing at the moment. You could grow like Christmas trees there probably. But they can be max, I don't know what the max height is, like 5 meters maybe. They should really put like solar panels or something underneath the power lines. But yeah, I think the power line or the solar panel dudes, they said that they do not put solar panels underneath power lines because the power lines, like, they block some sun, like it's very little, but I think they still, at least they use that as an excuse why they don't put solar panels underneath power lines. that would be in my eyes, that would be a perfect spot to put solar panels. Like this area in front of us, like nothing is, you can't grow anything there, so why not put solar panels there? But instead they want to put the solar panels like out on fields, which doesn't really make any sense. But I mean, I guess it's easier for them to put up the solar panels on a flat field. There's still like some rocks here and stuff, so wouldn't be as easy. But yeah, talking about solar power, I think in a few years they're about to put up some solar panels on the fields here around our farm. So you will probably see, like I can show you probably a little bit when they build up the solar panels in the field. I mean, I'm not gonna go there directly, but it's gonna be on some fields that are next to our fields. So you'll probably see that at some point in the next couple of years. But yeah, they're not going to put any solar panels on our fields because most of our fields are, as I said, underneath the power line, so they won't be able to put solar panels there. Otherwise, I could definitely be kind of interested to put some solar panels on some of our fields because, yeah, it's financially it's probably, you get probably the same result from the solar panels as you do from farming. And you don't really have to do anything. But yeah, they're not going to put on our fields because most of our fields are unfortunately underneath the power line, so no solar panels there. But yeah, we could put like some solar panels just privately on the farm. That's of course okay. Just a few to get some solar power for the farm. That's a different thing. Okay, here's gonna be a little deeper, so now we gotta go that way now, over that hill, and then I can show you the possible lynx tracks, or wolf tracks, or dog tracks. They could be like dog tracks, and then when the snow has melted now, then the tracks look like bigger than what they were when the animal walked there. That's always an option. Feel cold while watching. You don't need to feel cold. I feel warm right now. I need to stop. I can't like walk with a high speed because I'm gonna overheat then. It's actually plus degrees, so it's not cold at all. Not really t-shirt weather yet, but it is pretty warm. Not gonna lie, it's pretty warm. Too warm to ski. There's water underneath here. Glad I took my watertight boots. There was some, as you can see, there was water underneath there. Snow is melting, so all of a sudden it can be kind of wet underneath. Yeah, so it's pretty warm right now. I don't have anything on my head, like no hat. I had a hat in the beginning, but it was way too hot. Now there's just the GoPro on the head. Yeah, this winter so far has been really warm. We've had like -20 like 2 or 3 times, but it was like for like one night. So no like long periods of cold weather at all. Like especially now January, really warm, really warm. And I think most of January going forward is also going to be like +5 to -5, which is again warm. And I don't mind it as long as it would be like -5. I don't mind it at all. Then we could ski every day almost. But this plus degrees is not great. The snow is melting. And there's some tracks there. That looks like maybe a fox or something smaller. You can see it's pretty small footprint. Probably like a raccoon dog or fox or yeah, something smaller. So yeah, there is a bunch of animals here. Doesn't look like it at first, but you always see tracks. But yeah, over this last hill, then I can show you the potential lynx tracks. Or wolf tracks. I mean, it really looked like something with claws. But the dog, the lynx and the wolf, they all have claws. So it doesn't really help to narrow it down. I guess it's less likely that it's a dog if the dog owner like cuts the nails. But yeah, don't know about that. It's always cold and snowy. No. Wait 2 months, 3 months. We're gonna be sweating like crazy here. Last summer we had about 6 months of the year where it was more or less +20 or more. So yeah. For me that's very warm, and that's over half the year. So it's, yeah, actually every time I think about that, it feels so good when you can come outside now, open up the zipper in the jacket and like, not hot. It's so good. It's so good. I really don't like it when it's hot. Especially if you try to do something, then it's big struggle when it's warm. But yeah, this time of the year, almost every year we have snow. Right now we don't have much snow and it's melting every day. But yeah, if you want to see snow in Finland, then January, February probably are your best bets. All other months it's like, yeah, we might have snow or we might not have snow. Really depends. Yeah, I think we have found our way back to the field. We did not get lost. We got out of the survival level. Objective was get out of the forest. Oh, there's a little bit of wind here. the wind out of the field. Here's some older tracks. That's some like other animal. That's rabbit tracks. Where do we have the lynx tracks? I saw them over there. And they came from, oh yeah, here they go. Yeah, could this be a dog? It's kind of far between the steps. And they are pretty big. Is there any animal experts in chat? What track is this? It's quite large. You can see that's my hand. It's like the length of half my hand. I mean, if it's a dog, it's a huge dog. Yeah, could it be a wolf? A wolf or a lynx? I mean, you can see in front there, you can see where the nails went. So it's like a... Could definitely be a wolf. It's gone straight over there. We saw it earlier there when we crossed it. But it's old tracks, like the tracks have been iced up now. But yeah, I'm pretty much sure that it's either a wolf, a dog, or a lynx. But if you see here, it's like quite far between the steps. I mean, it could have been like running. But yeah, I gotta look at some tips on how you detect tracks. I mean, it could be a lynx. I mean, I've seen a lynx here on the farm earlier, so it wouldn't be. It's not out of the picture, and wolf is also possible. There have been sightings of wolves around here. That's a pretty clear print here. Like a big paw here, and then four like that. Check Google, it's 100% wolf. It could be, but when I think I looked it up once, and the wolf and lynx, they were kind of a little bit similar. And I think the track might look bigger because when the imprint was made, then after that the snow has melted, so that makes the track like bigger. That's why these might look bigger than what they actually are, because when the snow melts away, it makes the print bigger. Lynx retract their nails when they walk. Could be. I'm not an expert on that. But in that case, then you could narrow it down to either a wolf or a dog. And if it's a dog, it's a pretty big dog. And no one here really has like a huge dog. So maybe it is a wolf. It is possible. I mean, if we would find some crap or something, then you could probably see clearly if it's like a lynx or something else, or a wolf. But yeah, it goes over there pretty much straight there somewhere. Here's some other old tracks. But yeah, it goes over there, and then we can see where it goes here on the ski track. It came over here, then it found the ski track, and then let's see if we can see where it went from here. Came right here, and I don't see any tracks. Where did it go from here? Probably followed along here. Probably followed the track here maybe, because I don't see it going anywhere off the track. And that's some other smaller tracks. Do I have trail cams? No. I have like one wildlife cam, but I don't have it set up currently. What happened in the 1900s that the wolf nearly went extinct? I think a lot of people were like afraid of the wolf, and then they like hunted them like actively. I think that's a big part why there is not that many wolves around. And that's the smaller animal tracks. That's not the wolf there for sure. That's some older tracks. Like right now in Finland, at least, I think you can only shoot a wolf if it's considered like a problem individual. Other than that, they don't really hunt the wolves at all. So I mean, they could start to multiply more now. And of course, that's a pretty heated discussion right now. That should wolves be hunted or not? It's like, yeah, people get pretty fired up from that one way or the other. There's like a path of some animal, some smaller stuff. But yeah, the wolves for our farm, the wolves are not a problem because we don't have like sheep or anything like that. But definitely for some farmers, if they have like sheep or even for their like dogs, there have been a lot of casualties in the last few years here. There's the wolf again. There it goes again now. Now it continues. It goes like the one thing. It's been traveling pretty like a straight line. That makes me think it's not a dog. Because dogs usually we had a dog once here when I was skiing, and the dog was running like back and forth and chasing rabbits, and you know, it wasn't going like. This seems like an animal that had like a determination. Here's again 1, 2, 3. It's gotta be a wolf or a lynx, I'm thinking now. Yeah, it went somewhere straight there. But yeah, it would not be that nice to have like sheep outside on the pasture, and then you come there one morning and then like 20 are dead or something. It's gonna be like a big financial loss, and could be really bad. But yeah, you can see our ski track is not doing that great. Here it's still like good ski on it, but 2 warm days after this. We'll see on Sunday. We'll see on Sunday if I'm still able to ski here. It's kinda melting away. If it would stop now to melt, it would be a really good ski. Well, at least the rabbits have an easier time now to find grass when there's less snow now. They don't need to do that much digging. Yeah, here it's almost already just ice. Could be still skiable here. Is it dangerous to pass from Finland to Russia? The border is closed. So No going there now. That being said, 15 years ago I was to Russia. But yeah, right now the border is closed, so no going there. I mean, technically if you go like you go down to some other country and then from there you can maybe go to Russia, so you can go to Russia if you want to, but yeah, I wouldn't really recommend it. Well, it was, they had the government had to do pretty drastic measures when Russia was like, they were just like pushing people into Finland, like just using them as like cargo almost, just like pushing people into Finland. So then we had the government had to do something about that. Yeah, it's a what is it? That's already 2 years ago or something, but the situation hasn't really changed since that. So. But it's the same kind of thing that when they're dragging the anchors with the boats too. It's just like they're being the bully in kindergarten. It's really, if you think about it, it's really like some 10-year-old doing some things. It's really retarded if you think about it. So now we know that some people definitely don't grow up ever. They stay at mentally they stay at the 10-year-old capabilities. But yeah, again there, when people came into Finland, it's not so much the people, they're not doing like technically anything wrong. It's higher up where people are like just using them as cargo. As I said, it's not, the people themselves are not that bad, probably. Of course there's some people there that probably are criminals too, but mostly it's just the government's pushing people, using people as cargo. Or like, yeah. Yeah, this here, right here, it's not skiable anymore. It's complete ice here in the hill. So if we fell down there then now when it's like pure ice and the ground is showing there, we definitely can't use this part of the track, but hopefully in a couple of days. We just need to pray for colder weather, and hopefully I can still ski here on the field. Right now I could ski on the field there. It's still possible. But yeah, we'll see. On Sunday will probably be the next day. Then if the weather is good and there's snow left, then we can do skiing again. The one thing is that if there is snow like this left, the glide is going to be really good. Because the snow is like, it's almost turned, all the snow has almost turned into like ice or like hard snow. So the glide is like amazing when it's like this. But yeah, we'll see. The weather does what the weather does. We can't really, we just have to roll with it. And soon, I mean soon if all the snow melts away and it's gonna be like a early spring, then I mean we can start splitting some firewood. Once all the snow melts from this, then it's easy to do some firewood. One year we started in like February, which was really early. But yeah, if all the snow melts, then this should be good time to make some firewood. Dream driving a snowmobile. Yeah, we don't have a snowmobile at the farm. I mean, I don't really need a snowmobile for anything. I mean, technically you could make the ski track with the snowmobile also, but yeah, I'd rather use the tractor. But yeah, snowmobile could be good to pack down snow if it's like at least if you have like a heavy snowmobile. But yeah, I have so little use for a snowmobile that yeah, I rather invest that money somewhere else. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for today. Just a little walk around today to get some other type of exercise and skiing. But yeah, hopefully on Sunday there is snow left. Then I want to do some more skiing again. Sunday or Monday. We'll see. We'll see how the weather turns out. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. Have a nice weekend.
down the rabbit hole again. And as I fall, I can feel the pain. You can't tell me where to go, so I don't know, I just go with the flow. I go with the flow. I'm falling up, I'm falling down, from the sky and from the ground. Up above just like below, and I don't know where I should go. 'Cause I'm stuck in limbo. I'm out of love, but I guess I deserved it. Trying to hide, to pass you by. I'm getting down, feeling fine. I'm light as air, no one can reach me. Lost in a dream, lost in between. Let's keep on flying, let's keep on breathing. I'm falling up, I'm falling down, from the sky and from the ground. Up above just like below, and I don't know where I should go. 'Cause I'm stuck in limbo. Cause I'm stuck in limbo. Cause I'm stuck in limbo.